You're a mad boy.
Hey guys, Colleen here. Happy New Year. I know it's been a while. It's been a long time, but with good reason. As you can see, I'm healing up here. I will do a separate video to talk about that experience. I did one like soon after my surgery, but I took it down, and the reason why I took it down is because I guess I didn't have a full picture of what I was about to go through, and how I felt in that video wasn't necessarily how I felt later on, so I did take it down. So please forgive me for that, but I will talk about the entire experience right now, at the point where I'm waiting on results of the enlarged thyroid to figure out whether it's cancerous or not. So that's the only thing I wouldn't be able to comment on in that video, not as yet. And even if I did, I think I would keep that to myself because that's a big thing. But anyways, I went on IG stories the other night and I asked people whether they wanted to see a foundation review, because I know most of you all like my foundation review videos. I know for a lot of people I am your foundation twin, so you're probably wondering, okay, does this work for me and what's my match? I have to admit though, being secluded in a dark AC room for over a month, I have lost a little bit of my color, so somehow my foundations don't quite sit the way I want them to in terms of shade matching. So I hope I got the correct shade. But anyways, I asked for about two, a Tom Ford foundation and the Anastasia foundation. Of course, Anastasia won by a landslide. So this is it here. To pick it up off of the Anastasia website, Sephora, Nordstrom, Beautylish. Alright, and this is what the bad boy looks like here. Hopefully I got a good enough match for me. The shade references for this foundation are very strange, because this one is supposed to be described as a cool undertone, but it doesn't look cool to me. But I guess when I put it on my skin, so let me just go and prep my skin here now. I am hustling. It is late. I have some things to do before I head back out to work, and I really need to like organize my business. So what I'm using here is the Good Molecule Silicone Free Priming Moisturizer. Shout out to Beautylish for sending me this. They've been sending me some PR and your girl is enjoying it, and I'm really enjoying this as a moisturizer slash primer. I've heard a lot of people saying it's a dupe for the Fenty hydrating primer. I don't have that, but I would love to get my hands on it and do a comparison, because this is like $14 and I think the Fenty primer is about $34, something like that. You know, my neck is still kind of like tender, oof, from the surgery. Right, I'm gonna use a little bit of my Hydrogrip. I love this, and honestly, if it weren't for the fact that I was recovering from surgery for more than a month, this would have been done, because I wasn't really wearing makeup. I was just laying down in bed. So this is component here. Lord, I'm real rusty. I'm just looking at the packaging to see what the claims are. They say it's vegan, gluten-free, alcohol-free, clinically tested, dermatologist, wow, Kali. Dermatologist tested. Okay, I'm not even gonna begin to pronounce you, but I'll put it somewhere on the screen. You'll see why. Non-communogenic, which is a good thing because as you see, homegirl sneeze there. Hopefully, it does not cause any allergies. Suitable for sensitive skin, long wearing, and no flashback. And it's 2020, guys, and we are not about bringing flashback into 2020. So I did get the shade 410C. For those who know me, I am a MAC NC45. And this, I was told, was supposed to be my shade match. So 410C. We just, you know, see how she goes. I have some errands to run. Outdoors it's hot and sunny, so we're gonna see. So I'm just doing the side with a beauty blender. See how she spreads. Right. It looks decent in terms of matching my skin. It certainly does spread nicely. Let me just zoom in a little bit so y'all can see. It has a nice sheen to it. It's like satin finish. They said it is medium buildable coverage, which is true because I still do see some of my freckles. They're not completely covered, so it's not a full coverage foundation. So if you're one of those full coverage kind of gang girls, guys out there, you may not like this. I'm really interested to see how this holds up on my combo oily skin because Luminous is something that for someone that oily skin does scare me to some extent, no lie. And we'll see that I live in the Caribbean, so you know we tend to have some of the hottest temperatures about, and it keeps on getting hotter. I guess global warming has a part to play with this. So I'm gonna use a brush on this side to see how it works with a brush, because I know I have those purists who like to use a brush versus a sponge. It's all good and good. So you know, I'm catering to everybody right now. So luminous kind of finish. So I am going to go over it with the sponge because I like more airbrushed, flawless finish. So that's how it looks, guys. Let me just zoom out just it. So yeah, I think this is a good match. So if you are my shade, or yeah, if you're my shade, I think the 410C is a good enough match. I like that it comes with a pump. I know people talk about the foundation or writing on the side. It's neither here nor there to me. I guess it could be helpful for those who are confused as to what product they're using. You know, I know they came out with powders. Yeah, they came out with certain powders. To be honest, I wasn't too interested in it because I have a lot of powders I need to use up, because your girl is on a serious low buy for 2020. So let me just do the rest of my face, and y'all will see the finished look, right? Okay, so this is the finished look. I will list everything in the description bar below if you're interested in trying out any of these products. But I must say I do like how this foundation looks on my skin, and we're about to see how it wears in Caribbean heat. I know I would have mentioned that the shade reference in terms of undertone and labeling is a bit off. It kind of reminds me of the MAC references, because the C's in MAC tend to actually be warm shades versus cool, and the W's tend to be the cool shades versus warm. Not saying necessarily that this is the case for this foundation, but it certainly makes shade matching and referencing a little difficult for someone who is looking to purchase this foundation online. My recommendation is to go and get shade matched in person. I just happen to be very lucky in terms of finding my match online. It would have been a little bit of a pricey gamble had it not matched perfectly. I didn't have to do much tweaking to the foundation to get it to match, so I love how this looks on my face. Like, it's like a soft satin look. It's not too matte. This is just one layer on my face, because like the nose I could still see freckling. Let me just zoom in a little bit. I could still see like little freckling and stuff on my face, which is fine. I'm good with it. But I know for a lot of people who have like blemishes and stuff like that, that may be an issue. You may have to go in with extra concealer and shade corrector before you attempt to use this foundation. But I really like how it looks so far. Let's see how this wears out there. 20 to 1. It's extremely hot, but in terms of the I'm just looking at the AC a bit. Ooh. In terms of how it's wearing in the hot sun, it's wearing pretty fine. Do I look like greasy?
You say it looking orange. I don't find so.
It looking normal?
It looking normal.
Well, in the viewfinder it looks orange because...
Yeah, but it might be lighting or something.
I guess it might be the lighting, I don't know, but in person it looks fine. Amaya is like round foundation detector, so she will let me know if I look like the mask, Jim Carrey mask. But she says it's looking fine, so I don't know. But I know in the viewfinder, I don't know. In the viewfinder it looking more orange than the rest of my body.
I don't find so.
You don't find so?
I don't find so.
Okay, alright. But it is wearing quite nicely. see it hasn't like broken down, but it does have like a luminous kind of glow to it, so it is living up to its name.
For your information, it is after 12, so it is afternoon. Alright? There are 3 times of the day. 3 greetings for the day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Alright? You, sir, would have almost injured a child who was crossing the road. What do you have to say for yourself?
Okay, so that is that for the review. So tell me, are you interested in getting this foundation, given what you've seen in terms of how it wears? Yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, I like it. I don't mind it. You know, I am moving away from the super matte looks, you know, and I just like how it looks like my skin. It just looks like my skin. Like, you cannot tell where the foundation ends and where my complexion begins. So in terms of the shade matching, thumbs up. I do have a lot of videos lined up for you guys this year. I'm pretty excited. For starters, that background is going to change pretty soon. I can't wait to get my new vanity and storage and start like organizing and stuff, and I will film it for you guys, have no fear. I also have my Beautylish XL Lucky Bag coming in. I'm really excited to unbox that for you guys. Of course, you know, it will come with a little story and a little spiel. Of course, I will go into more detail about my thyroidectomy, you know, and some helpful tips for anybody living in Trinidad and Tobago and you have a similar situation like myself. I'll definitely share my experiences there as it relates to that, because I really want that whatever information I impart helps somebody out there, you know. This is a channel where I want to help people, especially people who live in the Caribbean, who live in Trinidad and Tobago, because we don't have that much representation or people addressing our unique concerns as it relates to those kinds of things. Because I mean, there's a lot of information out there, but they tend to be from people in different regions, and sometimes some issues are region specific, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm rambling, but anyhow, thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so very much for sticking with it, girl. I appreciate you guys so very much. You have no idea all the sweet messages, DMs on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube. I legit, I am very touched. Thank you so very much. Seeing all those messages did help. I mean, I did have a very good support system in place, but also just having everybody cheer me on whilst I recover was really touching, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so very much. You guys gonna try and do you super duper duper proud in 2020. So thank you so very much for watching. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe, and until next time, bye guys.